That Mental Health Chat, a podcast brought to you by the mental health charity Back On Side.
Right, hi, and welcome to another episode of That Mental Health Chat. And this episode we have Jack Purdue formerly of Annan Athletic Football Club. All right, Jack.
Alright, how's it going?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Good to be here. Good to be asked to come on.
We also have founder and all-round good girl, Libby Emerson. All right, Libby?
All right, how are you?
I'm all right. So, Jack, thanks for coming along. First of all, some kind of exciting news for your point of view.
Yeah, exciting is, I don't know, mixed emotions towards it, to be honest.
Oh, is there?
Aye. Well, not so much now, because I don't think it's really sank in yet. But I'm sure the day before or the day of leaving, there will be a lot of emotions, especially if there's a certain few people coming to the airport. I don't know how they'll take it. One being my mum and the other being Libby herself. If she comes, that is.
I will be there. Of course I will. Make sure you go on that plane.
What?
Make sure you go on the plane.
I know. See.
There's your bag. And
I know. I need to get my passport. I need to remember
so
my
long as
passport.
you've got your one-way ticket.
Yeah, your one-way ticket, not your
Mum
return.
would try to grab me from the security before I get up there. But aye, jetting off to Australia
Brilliant, mate.
in 2 weeks' time. So something different. Something I didn't think would ever happen, considering where I was this time last year. But it just kind of came out the blue, to be honest. It was a Thursday night or something after I came home from training and I got the phone call. Spoke to the agent out there, and the next thing you know, I was on a Zoom call to the agent and the manager out there a few days later, and it was kind of getting everything sorted before I told anyone else, like at Annan, the manager and stuff. I didn't want to bring it up to him before I had anything in writing. So it all kind of got ironed out in the Zoom call, and then from that it just kind of happened.
So what was the what is the deal? Where are you going, and sort of what's the kind of contract with that?
So I'm going out to Melbourne. I've got a year's contract with a team out there and a year's visa. So they've sorted me out with an apartment, a job's there if I want it. I've got a job coaching the youth academy with the team I'm going to as well, if I need a few extra quid in the bank. But they've kind of sorted everything on their end. It was just kind of up to me to get a visa and everything sorted back here with the club and that, and then you've got all your international clearance, which takes its time to come through. But everything's sorted. The flight got booked last night, much to the despair of my mum. And my dad, but he doesn't really show it. Mum showed it as soon as I told her. I don't actually really believe me, to be honest with. But it was quite different, to be fair. I thought my dad would have a lot of questions about it, and my mum would just be like, go. But it was the complete opposite. My dad just said, yes, do it. And then my mum took a good day or two to get all the questions she needed to ask me out the way. And then I told a few people close to me, such as Libby. And then my granddad, granny, and then after they all knew, I kind of and then Aaron released it on Instagram, so that's kind of when more people found out about it. At least my pals and that knew about it, but I just didn't want to tell anyone. I don't like telling people stuff in case it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get everything kind of done, signed, sealed, delivered before
start telling folk. I think, and it's a massive. It's not just like you're not just changing clubs. You're moving country. It's a massive step.
And it's not as if I'm moving to Spain, which is a 2-3 hour flight. I'm moving to it's a 24-hour flight. I've looked at it and I've thought about it several times. But it's, as my mum said when I first told her, if anything does go wrong, she's a day away. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's going to get in the next flight no matter what time it's at, how much it costs. I know she'll be on the next flight. But it was just something different after everything that's happened with COVID and injury and stuff. I just thought, why not? I've got nothing really to lose. Wasn't exactly playing a lot at Annan. But the gaffer and assistant in the club and that were brilliant with me. They didn't have any doubts about it. The manager just said, take a few days to kind of think about it and actually make sure this is what you want to do. So that was on this Tuesday I told him, and then I took the Tuesday, Wednesday, and then training the Thursday night, and I said, like, I want to do it. Can't not do it. Everyone I spoke to about it said that it's kind of mental if you don't say yes
when
everything's been sorted for you. It's not as if you're going out there just with a club. You need to go and book an apartment, get a job. Everything's been kind of laid out for you, which is ideal.
Oh no, it definitely is. And I think like anything, the only things you're ever going to regret are the things you don't at least try. So it's an opportunity to be difficult to turn down, isn't it?
Exactly. I spoke to Colin, the assistant at Annan, and he said he had the chance to, but he was a bit older. He was in his late 20s. Well, not older, but older for a football career. And he said he just had his first kid, so it wasn't the right kind of move. But he said in the back of his head, it's always kind of been there that he didn't do it. And then I've got a few boys I know that have played out there. Jordan Loudon, who's at Annan, so he was actually probably before I told you. I spoke to him and said, "Look, what's your thoughts?" And he said, "Look, do it, do it." He done it when he was 20, 21, I think. Said it was the best decision he ever made. And then another boy, Ryan Finney, who's played in the charity game, we're back on side. He played there. He was out a few years ago, and he's trying to get back out in March, but he's just going out to study and play. So it's a bit of a longer kind of wait for him. But everyone I spoke to said, like, I've got to do it. Even my boss at work, he said, like, he'd love to do something like that. But obviously it's different for when you're older. It's harder. That's what I mean. I'm 22. I've got nothing to lose. I've not got exactly a cemented job, and I'm playing part time here. So
no, listen, as I said, big step, but something that be well worth it and well worth going and giving a shot. So I think one of the big things is obviously you're a friend of Back On Side and of Libby. So one of the things that's obviously been interesting is, like, I've kind of learned a wee bit about your story through Back On Side, and that takes us right back to the injury, doesn't it? So it's not been an easy ride for you. I know. So you want to talk a wee bit about that?
I think about being here. Like, I wouldn't be here if it didn't happen. Right. So everything happens for a reason, doesn't it?
Of course.
Dad even spoke to me when I first met him.
That's what I was going to say. The first few games, I just thought, who's this?
Aye.
She just one of the boys' mums or something. But that's what I mean. I wouldn't have known about the charity or that. So
that'll be edited out. Thanks very much, Jack.
What?
That'll be edited out.
Nah, it's not a bad thing.
I know.
But it was quite. I'm not going to say lucky, but it happened, and I got a lot of support and help from the charity, even though I didn't think about it at the time. But all the times we spoke and phoned and met each other, I didn't really realise what was happening until a couple of months ago, to be honest. But it was Mum that said that, because I said that, like, when it happened, I thought, like, I was alright, headspace wise. But when I look back, I think, like, the first first month or two, I was bad. Not like really, really bad, but my head was all over the place. But you can't expect stuff like that. There's boys that have had the same injuries, but have not had the likes of Libby and the charity to support them and talk to them all the time. Which is good that I now know that it's here, and anyone that I know, because you share it, you share all their stuff on your Instagrams and your Twitters and your Facebook, so people get to know a lot more about it. And then my family and stuff as well. My sister's a big supporter, to be honest. I'd say anything that's on your Twitter or your Instagram, she's sharing it, liking it, retweeting it, and that stuff like that wouldn't have happened if the injury didn't come. So in half a way, I'm kind of glad that it came about. I wish it wasn't as bad an injury.
No, that's right.
It got me close to charity and working with it and doing all your charity days and your football charity matches and stuff, and meeting the likes of you and.
Don't know if that's always a good thing, but I'll take
that.
I think as well it probably helped your mum and dad quite a bit, because Jack probably didn't know as much. His mum and dad were in contact with me.
Yep.
It took the kind of worry off of them, knowing that
you were there.
Because he doesn't talk very much.
Yeah, I don't really express my emotions a lot, and that's why I go back to saying.
No many of us do. Especially guys, we're no good at it.
That's why charities like this exist.
Yep.
Isn't it? But go back to what I was saying. Like the first 2 months, I was a mess, wasn't But I didn't realise it at the time. I just thought this is what happens, this is the norm.
Aye.
But then after a few months passed, I kind of realised that everything that had happened and the support you got, even though you're not paying for it, you're not asking for it, but you're getting it.
Yeah, and plus it was a different kind of support for you as well. Like, you didn't go into counselling as such because you weren't aware of how your head was. So it was more just like keeping you out of getting to that point where you needed that.
So wait, when was that happened?
October
24th. Still remember it.
What's that? 2021. 21.
Aye.
And it was
2020. Yeah.
Aye.
2020.
Aye.
It would be because last year was 21. Aye. So and it was it a double leg break?
Double leg, aye, tib and fib.
Right.
I don't actually remember it, to be honest. To be
Lucky
fair,
you.
what?
Lucky you.
Aye, to be fair, you said you heard that. I don't remember it. But when I got in touch with this agent actually about Australia, he asked me to send kind of a few clips over, and I typed my name into Google, and the first thing that came up was Reddit, because the video's been taken off YouTube and stuff. My dad actually had a phone
to get it
the
taken
other
down.
club to say, "Oh, this isn't a highlight. This is
Yeah.
a low light."
Aye.
But I went on, I clicked my name, and Reddit came up, like Jack Purdue leg break injury. And I clicked on it, and I looked at my phone for like 5 minutes and thought, am I going to watch this? And I clicked play, and I got the ball, and I just clicked off it.
Did you?
I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'll look at it when I retire.
Aye.
And hopefully 15 years. But I never know.
But I mean, I think there's a massive part of any kind of physical injury where there's obviously the physical recovery for that, the prep, but there's the mental side to that.
10 times worse. See, especially the time it happened during COVID, everything was shut. I was lucky enough that the physio I went to had their own wee gym in the physio part of the building. So there was a few lonely, because you couldn't put, it was a kind of a mainish road, so the lights were off and I was going up at like 5-6 o'clock at night, so it was pitch black. It was just the kind of moonlight that you had. So I had a few more than a few actually, nights in a stookie in the gym with my crutches, just kind of thinking, like, what's happening here? Like, I didn't think this was going to happen. Because you know about injuries, I've never really had I've maybe missed a month of football max before that. But as you say, like, the mental part of it was 90%, 10% was the physical part. Was getting it back to working, because I was off it for about 2-3 months, not being able to touch it on the ground.
Do you think part of that is because with a physical injury, you actually know what you can pinpoint it, you can say, my leg's broken, put it in a cast, the bone will start to repair, and then I need to do X, Y and Z to get myself fit again. But as you said there, for only looking back now, do you know that you weren't in a good place? Because then you're just like...
See, I didn't think that. Because I was going to the gym at 5-6 o'clock, and I was going to meet Libby at Costa at 7 o'clock. And I was telling her what's just happened over 2 hours, so I didn't get time to compute what had just happened, because I told it to you. Or I told it to mum and dad or someone like that. So yeah, I was quite in a lucky way. I didn't really think about it a lot. But then on the flip side, when I look back at it, I did think about it a lot, but I just didn't have enough time on my own to compute. I
think you probably think about it or thought about it more as you recovered.
Aye.
So as Jack's injury got better, that's when the mental side obviously got worse, because
I expected to come back and play.
Yeah. Which MD would do, but it was a long time. Well, you still went back playing fully, and I think that's where your mental side has been affected so badly because of your injury.
You could say that. I like turn up to games and you're not kicking a ball on a Saturday. Because you want your what's the word? Your return to be spectacular.
Build it up in your head. You've got an idea of how it's going to be, and when that doesn't happen,
I had an image in my head of how it would go, and it took me a good month and a half into the season to actually play a minute. And it's going to training and working like anything to come to a Saturday and nothing to happen. But you're probably right when you say that it got not bad. I wouldn't say it got bad, but on a Saturday I could feel myself going home and just being like, fuming and gutted that I wasn't playing. But at the same time, the next day I'd be alright because I'd think that I've just came back for this. I can't exactly moan about not playing when the team are winning and flying. So I didn't. It probably was that. Probably about Saturday night, and then the next day I'd be
back to
alright. And then you'd go to training Tuesday and it'd be a new week. Just kind of start again.
So see in that, like the kind of initial stages, because obviously, as you said, for a lot of people in that position, you're not just dealing with the fact that you've got this horrendous injury, you're in a hospital and kind of unable to get up and about, but also you've got the factor of the COVID into that you're probably not getting visitors and
16 days.
16 days
we
without.
had some good FaceTimes that he was out facing morphine.
I got a few phone calls to be fair. You sorted a few phone calls
right.
from me. Walter Smith was probably the main one.
Oh, that's right.
But I missed
that's
the
right.
first one.
I
missed his call.
Well, you didn't answer because I think you couldn't believe it or something.
And no, I didn't know who it was. I don't know what I was doing, and I got a voicemail. Picked up, thinking, "Who's this?" He was like, "Alright, Jack, it's Walter." I was like, "Walter?" He was like, "Aye." And then he started talking about Durant and all that, and I was thinking, "This can't be Walter." And then I phoned him back straight away. I was like, "Hello," and he's like, "Right, this is Walter Smith." But the phone pretty much dropped at my dad. Just ran downstairs. I was like, Dad, Walter Smith on the phone. Put my loudspeaker. So me and my dad just listened to him talk for about
Is that right?
20-25 minutes. Mostly talked about Durant, and because he broke his leg.
Aye.
Just said he was a better player and stuff when he came back. I was thinking, fingers crossed.
Yeah, he'd phoned me about 8:30 in the morning one morning and said, "Libby, I don't do these video messages and
Aye,
stuff."
because you try to get a WhatsApp video because you got a few of them.
He says, "Is there any chance he can just give me his number and I'll just phone him?" I said, "Well, he won't answer, or if he does answer, he won't speak because he'll be starstruck." I said, "So you'll just need to do all the talking." He's like, "That's fine."
I've still got his
voicemail.
I've still got his voicemail and his number saved.
Brilliant.
And I don't think I'll ever leave it.
Aye.
And I think if I do get a new phone, I'll need to probably take a picture and redo it again and just keep on it probably for the rest of my life because that doesn't come around very often.
That's incredible.
You know what I mean? But as it goes back to charity, nothing would have happened with it bang on side, and yours truly. There was a few to be fair.
Mummy Libby.
I know. Second Mummy Libby.
I'm not going to let that go. But see, in fairness, right, and in all seriousness, see stuff like that because you. For you to be maybe struggling a wee bit or not feeling in the best place, what a boost to get somebody like that to just give you a wee bit of a pep talk.
When you're sitting in your bed with your leg up raised and Walter Smith phones, it kind of does it does big you up a wee bit.
But you tried to do one a day for
it was different. It was
a couple of weeks.
Alex McLeish,
Craig Brown.
You had Colin Hendry,
Shite.
Marvin Bartley, Tony Watt.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
There's a lot. Aye, Nicky as well. Nicky's one of my pals.
I know.
So you must have been.
Who was that one?
Nicky Lowe.
Right, okay.
Pal bro. But he's from Greenock, so I know him quite well. When I was on loan at East Stirling, he was there as well, and I travelled in with him, so I know Nicky very well. So you must have been like, "You asked me to do this? Well, I'm just going into his house and tell him." But to be fair, that was when I was in the hospital. But I was in Dumfries for a week.
Yeah, just over a week.
But that was good. Not good. That was like a hotel, your own room.
Is that right? Getting looked
smart
after?
TV. The food was brilliant.
Was it?
Actually,
strong painkillers for that week.
That was still good.
Yeah.
It was still good. They had that Moroccan stuff fry or something they do.
In the hospital?
Aye.
No way.
Proper like hotel scran.
Was it?
Brilliant. And then I went to Glasgow Royal Infirmary, and it was like an infirmary for the 90s, man. That was brutal. A 4-man ward.
After getting treated like a superstar in the hospital.
And then I went to a 4-man ward in Glasgow with 3 other older guys. I was in the plastic surgery unit there.
Oh, really?
So it was all guys with like burns and all that. And the guy next to me got mauled by a dog.
Aye.
I turned around one day, he was like, Jack, look at that. It was just his arms were ripped open. Because he obviously had the bandages on the full time. But they were changing them. He was like, show Jack. So Dr. Pure took the thing away. I was like, I don't want to see that.
No.
Look at my shark bite.
Aye.
I know. Best place to go for it. Best place to go for a shark bite, by the way, Australia. I just need to buy some industrial sun cream so it doesn't
I know.
burn.
Aye. So see that whole the whole kind of journey, I suppose, for having the injury to kind of getting yourself back to training and fitness again. How big a help was that then, having back on side supporting you, and Libby in particular?
Yeah, massively. You don't think about, that's what I mean, let's see, going back to, you don't, everything's kind of goes over your head.
Aye.
But then once I was back and I was training, how many times did you take me to training, down to games?
Every game, we missed a game. Not a home game, we didn't.
So you think about stuff like that, and then
And away games we went to.
obviously when the injury happened, you raised the money for me, which I didn't. I thought, because mind I said, ideal, that's brilliant from the charity. That's brilliant for the charity. Thinking like the money that she's raised going to charity.
I was thinking, why does he think I'm using sick?
And she was like, no, that's going to you. I was like, what? I was quite, because I was at my dish at that point to tell us I was in hospital, wasn't I? But that's what I mean, like, see if back on side doesn't exist, Libby doesn't exist, back on side doesn't help Annan, nothing of that happens. I was out of work for best part of 6 months, so that money helps a lot, especially my mum and dad as well.
Yep.
And then you also had Annan, because you were on Annan quite a lot about the physio and stuff.
Yeah.
Is Annan done well by paying, they covered the cost of the physio, which didn't have to do. But just the support in general, innit? Like, you can't ask for more. That's what you get. I've now that I know about it, I see it all the time.
Yep.
Whereas see before, you kind of wouldn't have picked up on it as much. But that's what you want to try and do by your shares and your likes and all that. You want to get it out there. Because the thing you put on Twitter the other day with the 2021 recap.
Oh, the stats, yeah, it's frightening.
That doesn't. People don't think about that.
No.
But then when you say you put it on Twitter and you get 100 retweets,
I still don't think people actually grasp it either. I think you do, because you are one of those stats.
Yeah.
And you see me weekly and all the rest of it, but I generally think people still just...
No, they pass it by.
I don't think a lot of people do though, Libby. Do you know, it's like the... People don't maybe appreciate or understand something until they've been in that position. Do you know what I mean? So like a lot of folk... And I wouldn't class myself out of that, because like for me, mental health wasn't really wasn't a big deal to me until I didn't experience it, and now all of a sudden I do realise just how important charities like Back On Side are, and how big an impact it has in general. So I do think that, and I think by doing stuff like this and be like Jack speaking about his experiences and obviously sharing about Back On Side, it maybe helps people understand that a bit more, and especially by you sharing the stats, because actually we call them stats. These are folk, these are real people, these are real lives, and I know stats is a word.
But unless it's you, people don't think it's true.
But these are real experiences, these are what are happening.
I think also as well, like Jack's injury and how we've worked together along with another player as well, is that really made what Aaron is. Like, I know I keep on saying it, but Aaron as a team when it comes to mental health is amazing. Like, I don't think you will ever walk into a dressing room like is down there and everybody look after everybody on a mental health side of thing.
Always asking, especially manager as well. The manager's been good.
Yeah, no, he is really good.
Yeah.
And even the boys, like the boys will say to me numerous times, go and check on Jack, his head's down, or if I've not made training, I'll get a text saying Jack wasn't looking as if he was, can you check in on him and stuff like that. And you don't get that
and vice
really
versa.
anywhere.
Not just me.
Not just you, yeah.
But that's probably one of the best, probably the best group of boys, especially like saying bye and stuff on the Clydebank game.
Yeah.
I was close to tears.
Aye.
I'm not an emotional person. I don't really show my emotions very often.
I regret it Bambi 3 times.
Right, see, I don't. I
did.
struggle to cry at all.
Yeah, Jack, see if you get a nice text from Jack, you're like, all right. It's like having a kid. What's he after?
But when I was saying bye to the boys the other week, I was close to it, man. A proper lump in my throat. Because you get, like, I've been there for a year and a half, and they've all been through and that, and they've all been there. Well, most of them have been there.
Yep.
So you get very close to these people, and even the boys that left last year, they still keep in touch. One of the boys that was there last year broke his leg as well, so I used to speak to him quite a lot. Aaron, he's at Clyde now, but I didn't realise. Like, it took me a good month or two to realise, because he texted me the day it happened, and but I was oblivious to the world at that point. And it was only when I looked back at my text I realised what he said. So I spoke to him a few times about it. But that's what I mean. You just Aaron are good. The whole team and the management, and obviously like Karen, stuff like that. Everyone just looks after each other, which I think is growing in clubs now.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's something I'm quite interested in. I've not experienced it. I've not been to an Iron game like that, but Libby tells me about it all the time. And I'm a bit of a kind of a geek, I suppose. I'm interested in stuff like how things like that work within how teams work and how teams gel and stuff, and how it improve the team. And that's something that I've noticed because I've been following like the results this season, and he's been doing brilliant, right? And I think about that. Is that something to do with how well the team gels? And is that to do with how well the support is there and about not just the physical side of it, but the mental side of it? Because there's got to be something. There's got to be a link there somewhere, eh?
It's not frowned upon anymore in football.
Exactly.
See, before 5-10 years ago, see if you said you were struggling, you'd be like, grow a set.
Aye.
I don't know. I think it still is.
There's still a macho image that we've not quite shifted away from.
But there is a lot of players.
I think within players, but see when it comes to management, I think there's still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah,
but it is definitely growing. You see it. All the clubs that are retweeting all this stuff and putting stuff out and sharing stuff on their social media, which is down to you getting in touch with them and stuff, and them knowing what it's about and how it can help them. Because you've got, when you're a full-time footballer and you drop down to part-time, it's hard. It wasn't as bad for me because I was still young.
Yep.
But you've got boys who are relying on their mortgage and they're 27, 28, and then they go from full-time earning X amount to half that, maybe quarter of that, drop to part-time when they get older and they're looking for a job, and they're working instead of training for 3 hours a day and then going home or going to the gym, they're working 9 to 5.
Yep. And having to train.
And that's a big hit, man, especially when you're older and you've got kids and a family and a mortgage.
We spoke about that before in here, but it's not just a change in financial status, it's a change in lifestyle completely. It's a totally different way of living. See, how have you noticed changes? Because had Libby already started, Aaron, when you were there?
See, that's what I was saying. The first few games, I don't know, you were there the year before as well when I wasn't there,
right?
But the first few games I always saw Libby. I didn't really ask who it was.
Lucky if I got a hello out of him.
I told you I'm not a shy boy. But I kept myself to myself. Still do, to a certain extent. But definitely with Aaron, you can see the change, especially with the boys. Because you know, like, a lot of teams don't have Libby, whereas you're at every game.
Yeah.
I'd say you're at one training session out of 4 every 2 weeks. So if you need someone, then you can go talk. And even for on a Saturday, opposition players. Like the boy at 9.
Oh boy, did you like
the boy that injured me?
Yep.
He was. Don't think he was. Because he's had a couple of bad injuries.
Is that right?
So it was good to have Libby there, because if you didn't have Libby there, then he'd be expecting the gaffer or someone to speak, and sometimes managers aren't like that. Or teammates aren't like that. You just kind of say, like, it's alright, get on with it.
It's quite nice now as well, though, because there's a lot of teams that play against Darren that we work with as well, like Kelty and Still in Albion and Stranraer, and so it's nice seeing, like, being able to see them there as well, and them all chatting and stuff.
If you need a chat, you're there.
Well, obviously the one changing room chat I did was at Kelty, and to be fair, I'm not going to say you didn't quite spring it on me. I did offer to come up, but it was kind of last minute that I was going to speak. But I was nervous about talking, and what I did think was, how are they going to take this? Do you know what I mean? Sitting in a change room amongst all these football players, and how are they going to receive what I was about to talk about, sort of thing. And what made it a lot easier was that every single one of the guys in the room were totally paying attention to everything I was talking about, and it showed. And I could see, like, a lot of kind of nods, acknowledgement, as if they say, I totally get you. And I thought, do you know, like, we're all
maybe been there at one point,
possibly. Aye. And there was a few guys come up at the end, just don't know if they quite were wanting to speak privately, but just kind of thanked us for speaking, and then just said, "Listen, know how it is. It's obviously tough, but it just shows that in that environment, that guys are definitely want to are more receptive to being able to talk about stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you would have got that like even 10, 15 years ago. Imagine walking into a change room and opening up to I wouldn't have done it. No way.
A lot of people don't want to speak out about it.
I mean, to be honest, when I started at Annan, I didn't do a changing room chat. I was asked not to.
Really?
They thought maybe it was too much for the boys.
Yep.
And basically, the way that I got to know them was just by being at training,
then seeing their face all the time.
Working with one of the boys quite closely, and then it just grew from there. So now I couldn't. It'd be really weird to try and go into a changing room chat because
they all know you so well.
It's not needed.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll get more clubs to that stage as well, where like I try to work with Peter Hay quite a bit now, go up to their training and stuff, and the boys will know who I am, which I'd love to get. I'd love for every club to be like what it is at Annan.
Because people just think it's boys that've had bad injuries, but
it's not. It's
just in general. See, when you're not playing, it's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I was quite lucky that a couple of my close pals have had bad injuries. One's done his ACL twice, surgery didn't work, had to get his knee fully reconstructed. So I had him to speak to and kind of talk to him about like all the gym sessions and stuff and how he was feeling. But I'm not in a lucky way, but in a good way, I wasn't like bad. My head was just like gone. But there's a few people that
I think it's because we were on.
That's what I mean.
Like
that's
from day one.
That's what I'm saying. That's why charity's so good. If you didn't have that, then that might
not
have been the case. But I'm quite lucky. Like the kind of person I am, I just kind of get on with things now. Anyway,
you say that, but deep down,
aye.
Do you know what I mean?
But
that's a typical bloke thing to say.
I know.
Well, do you know something though? And I was thinking about this the other day. There is a bit like a big party. If what's probably lacking sometimes is resilience with folk and trying to build that up, because that's going to be a part of how you do manage your sort of mental health. Because if we just constantly rely, and sometimes we need it, sometimes we need support, but we all need it at some point. But there's got to be also a bit of that where we take on a wee bit of responsibility for ourselves and how we manage, because somebody can't be there for you 24/7. Do you know what I mean? And of course we need support at some point.
How you manage it when you're on your own.
Aye. How did you find that?
I was quite lucky. Me, mum and dad and my sister are very, very close. Like we're one of the families that like we have dinner at dinner table. Like we are not just like have your dinner on the couch or have your dinner in your room. We're at a dinner table every night for dinner. So that's a kind of good place to talk about things, and as you say, not everyone's got that, so people might be up in their room having their dinner thinking about, I know it's a weird example, but people are just different, families are different, some families are not as close as mine are, but it's just, everyone's different, everyone's different the way you handle things and how you deal with things and who you've got around you. I was lucky to have mum and dad, my sister, my grandparents, my
Auntie Libby,
pals, mother Libby, second mother Libby.
I'd worked out quite early. We spoke about this. I knew Jack would obviously have his dinner and stuff with mum and dad, but then he would struggle, I would say, late at night when he wasn't like kind of 12.
Aye, when I was
not sleeping. So that's when I would normally then contact him.
Yep.
Because during the day
you don't sleep anyway. You're nocturnal.
Not really.
I know.
Couldn't tell you the last time you had a good 8 hours sleep probably. But that was the first, because I was in pain a lot the first couple of months, because my leg was up, I always had to have my leg in a certain way, in a certain position, all raised and stuff, and I was going to sleep, because it's an awkward thing lying on your back. There was a few, I remember one night I was going up the stairs, because I've got like 3 kind of stories in my house, so the toilet's like in the middle one and my room's on the top. I remember like going to the toilet and finishing it. Mum and dad were there. I was like hopping back up the stairs and I tripped and whacked my leg off the floor, and I just burst out crying. I was like, it's in bits, that's it done, it's worse now. And it took me a good 3 hours to actually get to sleep after that, and this is about 11:30 at night. Mum and dad just got a chair and sat in my room with me, But if you asked them, when I was in hospital, they didn't sleep a wink. I used to just FaceTime them at random times at like 6 in the morning. Not even speak to them, just to get sleep, just to lie there. But that's what I mean. You don't, up until now, you don't think about these things and what they do for you. And again, what you say about phoning me and texting me at like 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm just watching TV or playing PlayStation or whatever I done, don't even remember it. But probably the best thing that happened was not remembering the actual 24 hours of that day. So that's why I don't have a clue what happened.
Don't be a bit of a blur though, eh?
Aye. I just remember the doctor saying I've only got paracetamol. I thought, aye, that's good for a broken leg. Do paracetamol will do.
That's right, 'cause I had my
EpiPen or something.
it's for my migraines.
Oh, right, okay.
And the doctor, because the ambulance was taking, it was about an hour and a half when the ambulance got there, and actually the doctor had been out, looked at my car and put all the seats down to see if we could get him in at an angle. And then I was to take him, but the doctor had to stay, and I was just like, no way, like, cause
there's an ambulance centre 5 seconds from the Annan ground.
Yeah.
And that took an hour and a half for the actual ambulance to come from Dumfries.
But then the doctor looked at my injections and said, if the ambulance isn't here within the next 15 minutes, we will give him one.
Yeah, I mean, 2 paracetamol was not ideal.
But since then, and because of Jack's injury, Aaron have now got oxygen and all that.
I was going to say, even the doc, that was maybe the first or second game he was there.
It was the second game.
He wasn't there the full season. So it was quite lucky.
And actually, there was a boy getting
injured.
Did
he leave after that game?
Oh, no, he still goes. I still speak to him.
I
still speak to him because he always asks me. Because he always says, because he was in the surgery, he'd done some of the surgery.
Oh, is that right?
And he said, look, trying to drill through your ankle was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. So it was just solid.
That sounds awful.
I know. But I feel my ankle now, but the rest of it's fine. I just can't wait to get the bleepers at the airport.
That's right.
Like 5 bits of steel in my leg. Big metal rod in my tibia.
What we like obviously we spoke about the mental side of like the recovery and trying to keep your head up and all the rest of it, but what were you like the first time you back and played again? Like the thoughts of like tackling or if it was going to be alright?
If I could swear, I'd swear, but
you can swear, it's fine.
I was absolutely cacking my knickers. That's what I'm saying. But
I think everybody round about you was as
before it, yeah. But then when you actually go on, you forget.
Aye.
To be fair, the first time I played, it was Elgin away, and I went on. The ball got played to me, and I took an absolute trampoline touch.
Is that right?
And the boy that's marking me came in and was just both slid and clattered legs. But at that point, I'm not thinking anything, so it was fine. But before it, my head was all over it. As soon as the manager said, "Jack, get ready," I was like, "Shit."
Oh no. Aye.
I hope this doesn't happen again.
Aye.
But it won't happen to that leg anyway. Touch wood.
Well, that's the thing. It's probably stronger now.
Oh, miles stronger.
You know what I mean?
It's got 5 bits of steel in it.
Aye.
A big bit of steel going through my bone marrow and my main bone in my leg. So it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Probably just when I'm older, I'll need to worry about it when I can't move. But while I'm playing, it'll be fine. It's fine now. I'm back out running on the road and stuff, which they said I probably shouldn't do, but I don't feel any ill effects from it. And then treadmill runs and stuff, so I've only started doing them the last 3-4 months.
Right, okay.
But the first time I done it was hard, was sore. But it's different when you're actually playing football and it's on grass or astro. It's not as hard on the bone. Aye. But the day that I played before that in a friendly, I'm sure. But that was quite soon after it. That was kind of rushed because I just wanted to get back playing.
Yep.
Yeah, you did a pre-season.
Aye, but that was only for about 4 or 5 minutes, just to kind of get a feel back into it, because I was training that a bit. Then,
it's probably a mental thing.
Aye,
just to get you back in a
pretty
pitch.
Much, aye. Just to kind of, because I was kind of asking him, like, can I just play a few minutes here and there, just to see what it's like, and he was good enough to say, like, we'll get you on for the last wee bit.
He was always good. The gaffer was always good. Like, Jack's played in 2 of our charity matches.
Yep.
And the gaffer said just play him for the full 90 minutes.
Aye, just
because it's a bit easier.
Just get used to actually kicking the ball
relaxed
again.
time on a pitch. Aye. There's less pressure as well, isn't there?
Aye. But the actual thought of doing it was quite scary. Like, you're obviously pre-match and stuff. But at that point, I was thinking I just wanted to play because I hadn't played in about a month of the season. The actual league season started. So at that point, I was just wanting to play. But when the gaffer turns around and says, "Look, get ready," your head does double time. But as soon as you go on, you kind of forget about all these things, which is people that I spoke to who've had injuries said that your head's gone before you get on, but as soon as you step over the line, you're kind of you forget about stuff like that, which was good. But I was actually kind of lucky to have a tackle the first touch.
Well, that's it. Get out of the way quickly.
Get used to it, because if I didn't have that, then maybe the next game I played, I'd be thinking I'm going to get tackled here, so I need to watch myself. But it's fine. No ill effects. It feels good. Feels fine. Just ready to go again, except in a 35-degree heat.
Slightly warm, Mariah. It sounds like kind of Ayrshire's weather.
Did you get like 50?
I know my mum's been on me about getting industrial sun cream for that.
Aye.
Because the skin graft's quite.
Oh, is that because of the skin graft?
It's still quite not new. It's not new, but you have to protect it for a while. But one of my dad's pals got a skin graft, and he said it's after a few years you kind of forget about it and don't really bother with it.
Yep.
But they're not used to. They're used to 2 weeks of holiday.
Exactly.
Every
you're
day.
going to be there constant.
But we'll see what happens. I'll take it.
Looking forward to it.
Aye, I'm buzzing, but I'm nervous. And
of course, because it's a massive.
It's literally mixed emotions. But I've always wanted to try it ever since I started playing football when I was at Morton. And I left Morton. I've always said I'd love to try something else, because the type of player I am, Scottish football's not kind of great. Like big, strong, physical. Whereas you get different leagues that are more football terms, playing the ball on the ground and stuff. So I think the standard's just similar to what it is here.
Yep.
But it's with a view to kind of progress through the leagues and stuff.
Good.
But there's the agent that I'm with, he's got contacts all over the place, like America and Spain and stuff. So fingers crossed, if Australia doesn't work, then you can go to a different country. That's what I mean. It's only for a year. If all else fails,
well, that's it. You've got to go and give it a shot.
Visa, so if all else fails, I'll be back home and try to get something here, or if it is going to a different country again. But I might love it and want to go, even if it wasn't.
And it could work
just
out perfect for you.
Just for like the work and stuff. Because I've got a family over there just now. They're in Perth.
Oh, cool.
And they love it, so can't complain.
Me and his mum are going out. We've already discussed.
Have you discussed that?
Yeah.
Have you? Aye.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Yep. As long as I don't need to pay the flights.
No,
and you get your own hotel as well. Won't have any space in my apartment.
Right, okay, things are changing slightly.
1 man apartment.
You have 2 mums out to visit you.
I know.
What's the kind of the plan going forward for the next couple of weeks? You're just going to kind of chill out and just get yourself ready for it?
I chucked my job on Friday there. So that was I gave myself 2 weeks there, and I just hang with my pals and stuff, just see my pals, spend time with family, see all my aunties and uncles and stuff before I go, and just back to the gym, to be honest, try to get as fit as I can.
Get yourself fit.
Aye.
When's their season start then for you March. Going out sort of thing? Aye,
their season starts like 14th, 15th of March, so I've got the manager over there said I've got a good 3-4 weeks. He said they've got about 2-3 games, pre-season games, that I'll be involved in. So I'll get there on the Sunday night, and I think he said it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday they train. So I'll have training as soon as I get there, pretty much, unless he gives me it off, because I'll probably still be sleeping. And
the jet lag will be quite bad, wouldn't it?
I would have thought so, aye.
But I get there
I get jet lag driving up here.
I get there at like 11:15 at night. So
on the Monday?
On the Sunday night.
Right, okay.
So I leave Saturday 3:15.
Get in
7 hours. 7 hours to Dubai and then 13 to Melbourne, which is not ideal. And they've messaged me and just sorted out all my car and all that, come get me from the airport and stuff. So they've got it all sussed out.
That's cool.
I hope.
That's good.
Hopefully I don't get there and I've been catfished.
Well, see, to be fair though, I mean, you're halfway through a season here, so it's not as if like you'll maybe have a wee bit of an advantage, like fitness wise.
It's not as if I'm going without doing any fitness or training or stuff like that. I'm training with Ben Bird Juniors now. One of my pals' dad's assistant there.
Right, okay.
So I'm up training with them just to kind of get fitness and stuff. They asked me to play games, but I don't want to risk it.
No.
Plus with international clearance and stuff, they're weird with stuff like that. Because
right?
I'm registered in the Australian FA now.
Right, okay.
So I don't know how it works. I don't want to risk it in case I get.
You just don't want to take a
trial list or something, and it ends up, don't know, just something happens or I get injured or something like that. There's no point in risking it. I'd rather just train kind of keep sharpish. But it'll be different out there when you're. It's still not the same because I've got a stud and a hat and gloves and Under Armour and all that on here. Whereas out there I have shorts and a t-shirt.
Aye. A vest. You can get a wee string vest that Rabsy Nisbet.
I know.
And a wee pair of shorts.
What's the wind? Is the winter's not quite harsh out there though?
Melbourne,
depends where you are, I suppose, isn't it?
They say Melbourne's mad. Like one side of the city can be snowing and the other side can be like 20 degrees.
Oh, is that right?
They said it's fried. But I'm in like the city centre. I'm staying in the city centre.
Right.
They said it's like the equivalent of the West End in Glasgow where I'm staying. So like it's like a 10-minute walk into the city. The central business district they call
Sounds
the city
nice.
centre.
I bet you they've got hospitals like Dumfries.
Hope so. Well, I hope not. I hope I don't see that. I hope I don't see that inside of one.
I'll take the Moroccan
But
lamb.
I'd take it if push comes to shove. I'd take it. But we'll see what happens.
Good.
I've not really thought about it, to be honest. I don't want to think about it till I'm there.
Well, the thing, a lot of these things are like, you speak about it, it's maybe happening, then you start saying to your pals, then you book the flights, and it becomes real, but it's not until
you get on the flight.
Aye, exactly. Then it
I
really
think
hits you.
when I'm sitting myself, when I get past security and I'm sitting myself, I think like, Jesus, what's happening here? Why am I doing this? And then I'll get there and I'll think, what's going on? Who's going to wash my dishes? Who's going to wash my clothes?
Reminds me when I jumped on a flight to Tenerife to work behind the bar. But
That'll probably be in a year.
Don't do it, honestly.
I can't do.
You might enjoy it. I was back in 4 months.
Aye.
Oh man, aye. Lost about 2 stone.
It'll be quite tough for you.
Yeah, it will be.
But
I'm a bit of a
look what
loner.
you've come through. Do you know
I'm
what
a
I
bit
mean?
of a loner, to be honest. I don't mind my own company. My pals always say that. Like, see, like the game tonight. Oh, I don't know if it's talk about that, but see if I was just sitting in my house watching football, I wouldn't mind that.
But that's a good thing.
I know, that's what I don't mind.
Like, you've got to. I think everybody. There's got to be a bit of you can enjoy just spending time yourself and get a bit of.
I'm quite lucky in that way. I'm going out a team with 20 guys.
Yep.
So I'm going to go straight in and meet people.
Exactly.
Whereas some people might not have that.
They would have to find ways to start
they'd have
meeting
to go
folk,
out
whereas
or something,
you're getting that
or work or
opportunity.
something.
Aye.
Whereas I've already got that as soon as I go. But my sister and my dad are the same. They quite enjoy their own company. Whereas my mum's the polar opposite. She hates being alone.
Aye.
But I got alright. See, just putting my headphones in and just going a walk when I'm over there, I won't mind that. Maybe after a few weeks I want to kind of start going out and seeing people and hanging about. I've got a boy, I played with a boy at Morton who's out there. He's from there but he came over to play here.
Alright.
So I've been in contact with him, I've been messaging him a few times and he said, as soon as you get over we'll try meet up for a coffee or
good.
I'll take you out a weekend or something. Yeah, he's in Melbourne.
That's good. I do.
And then pretty much everyone I've spoke to knows someone that stays there. But at the same time, I'm quite glad I'm getting away from people.
Well,
do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind having people that I can go and meet for dinner or meet for a coffee or something. But at the same time, I'll quite enjoy starting afresh.
That's it.
A new chapter.
And the thing is, like I'm not saying everybody has to do it, but it's a great experience to see other cultures and how other folk live. You've like Australia, you go over there and you see like just a kind of different way of living and just experience it.
Doesn't work out. I can still do the lifestyle.
Definitely.
Like
what kind of charity thing can you do to get to Australia?
Me?
Yeah. Well, if you're doing Wembley to Hampden,
hey, whoa.
Scotland to
Get a pedalo. Get a pedalo.
Get a Peloton, get on a flight and just cycle on that.
Imagine.
Pretend you're cycling.
Oh man, I've got a rubber dinghy. I could maybe try and see if
take about 2 months, about a year actually probably.
No, that's a step too far.
I
could do. No, I don't know what I could do. I don't know.
You couldn't run it.
I'm not. I'm not.
I don't think that's in the pipeline anyway.
No, so far. Maybe she always. I like the way she always volunteers me for these things.
What
could you do?
You don't really have a say in it,
do you? This time? What?
You don't have a say in it. Why don't you do it, Ollie?
I'm his support bus or whatever.
Aye.
Well, you'll be out soon, so you can find a way to get out other than
that's
a flight.
it.
I don't even know what my mum wants to come out. But she said she'll have to make a choice whether she goes to see her brother or her son. But she said it's an easy choice. She'll come see me every day a week.
Aye, of course.
But I said, soon, if we get a free week or something, then I'm going to... Because it's internal flights, so they're cheap as chips out there.
Yep.
But it's a 3.5 hour flight to Perth from Melbourne. So if I've got a free week with football and I'm not working or stuff, then I'll
just
probably
go and visit.
But they're weird. Perth are weird with their border now and COVID and stuff.
Or they get
they're locked down pretty much. They're not
just in pairs, so there's different places in Australia you've got to have there.
It's weird, like even the football league out there is weird. It's all like states. It's only the A-League's to full Australia.
Yeah,
because obviously they can afford to fly
all over the place
all
for
over
games.
The place, but the lower leagues, like the NPL, it's called, which is the equivalent of championship here. They're all kind of split into states. So you've got like the state Victoria. You've got even know the other ones. I just know Victoria.
What is the team called that you're playing for?
FC Clifton Hill, they're called.
Sounds very grand, doesn't it?
Clifton Hill.
Albion Rovers home pitch.
Say again?
Albion Rovers home pitch.
That's what I was going to say. What pitch is that here? The Albion Rovers. There you go.
San Siro. That's what I mean. To be honest, I don't see if it was the lowest or low division over there. I still go. I think.
The thing is, as you say, you go. Hopefully, the football progresses, but the big thing's about the experience, about going and just
trying it.
Definitely.
You might never come back.
What?
You might never come back.
That's what I mean. I'm need to come back to get another visa, but still.
Aye.
But they're changing things now. You can get a 3 in 2023. They're introducing a 3-year visa.
Oh really?
Because now it's only a year visa for anything.
But you never, as you say, go out, give it a bash for this year, see how it goes, and then obviously just take it from there.
I might come back and go back. Oh, I know that's what I mean.
Day at a time.
No, not even a day, a week.
A week at a time.
That's what I mean. I'm just trying not. It's at the back of my head right now. I'm trying to just enjoy here at the moment. Enjoy the weather here. I'll probably not get that, which is a good thing.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Because I'll probably be gutted when I go over there and I'm sweating all the time.
I feel really sorry for you. Do you know what, I've just seen that earlier on. I went a run on Saturday morning, and within 5 minutes, actually my pants were ringing, right? And I bought no, this is true, right? I bought Gore-Tex running trainers. It's the first time I ever wore them. So what I've found out is that Gore-Tex are great for keeping water out. However, see when the water is running down for your pants, it's also good at keeping the water in. I felt it was always
extra 5 kilo on you.
Aye, honestly, unbelievable. I could hear squelching, and I thought it was my backpack with my water in it. I was like, I've not drunk enough for that water to be slushing about. And then it was my feet. Aye, so I'll really be thinking about you.
Yeah,
I'll
send you a picture when I'm running across along the promenade with big skyscrapers in the background. I'm in the group chat, the team's group chat, and the stuff they send in just looks brilliant. Like running along like the promenade along the city and stuff. You've got like the skyscrapers and the sun and all that in the background. It does look good.
I'll be ignoring every FaceTime that you do now, because
Exactly.
it's going to be just rubbing it in.
I was going to say we're sleeping, but you don't sleep. So I can FaceTime you at any point of my day. You'll be up, probably.
She will be up, guaranteed.
No.
Well, listen, Jack, honestly, we wish you all the best, and
Thank
it's
you.
been great to obviously chat to you and hear about your kind of journey.
Here. Something different.
And the next step for it, we keen to, maybe the next one we could do like a kind of
I think
Zoom
we should
one.
go
I'll try open an office. I'll try to open a back inside office.
That's it, aye. I'll go over there.
I'll
I'll
FaceTime you and I'm looking for rentals. Try to get one sorted out.
Brilliant.
We could do our next podcast in Australia.
Let's get one set up.
Me, you and my mum. Oh, she'd hate that.
Aye, I think that'd be cool. I think we should try that.
Something different. Take it worldwide.
Exactly.
Well,
We
listen,
should do it, actually. We should get you on FaceTime and do...
Zoom
could
call.
do one, aye. You could do a Zoom call.
You get a good time though. You wait till I get a tan first. Then we're going to repel.
But no, it's been good. It's been really good. And as I say, we wish you all the best for your
Thanks,
the
thank
next step in your journey. All right. Thanks, everybody.
That Mental Health Chat, a podcast brought to you by the mental health charity Back On Side.